Hi everyone, a really warm welcome back. Well, in today's video I'm going to swap these standard manufacturer fit lights in our Eriba for these USB powered as well as light spotlight ones. And as always, I'm filming as I'm doing it for the first time, so this is very much a here's what I did rather than a video claiming to be the most expert on the matter. So I hope you enjoy the video and seeing the modification as it happens in real life. So let's get into the video. Everybody ready? Good. Then let's get going. Nearly forgot you guys. So hopefully this is all we need. We're going on a trip in a couple of days, so I thought about doing this after I had the bedding set up. So unfortunately that means I'm going to try and have to keep it clean with this fleece over the top. So hopefully if I drop any wood chips or anything, then I can just give that a shake and pop it in the wash. So of course I could run an extra circuit back here to put in yet another hole in the caravan itself to add another USB socket, but instead I thought it might be simpler and tidier and so on to just swap these light fittings. So these are the originals, and then swap them for some of those chromey silvery spotlights that have USB charging points in them. I believe this screw is a posi, but it's very difficult to see in, so we'll soon find out. Right, that's the retaining screw out. Tiny little things, put that safely. And let's see what we've got here. Quite firm at that end still. Feels like there's some sort of clips. Ah, yeah, just swings around there. Okay, and in here, apologies for the slight shaking, you're of course balanced on the bed. Okay, let's go and get a torch, make this easy. Light! Oh, blimey. Okay, that is a disaster. There's not blade connected at all. It's soldered straight onto the control board. Oh, right, so we'll look in the cupboard. Right, we're in the cupboard. Let's see if there's anything under this strip. So just gently ease it up. Find out what is going on. No blade connections there, that's cable all the way back. Oh man. What's that? Oh, and that's not a blade either. Show you a close-up of these things. So we don't have blades in ours, we have these round toggles, which I don't know the official name, but easy enough to find some more of. So off to the shops, off to the electrical shop to get some of those. problem here is that I thought the lights would turn up with blade connectors on already attached, and I was hoping then that this would be a simple operation of just unplug the old ones and plug the new ones in, but this is turning out to be a little bit more complicated. Anyway, it's no problem. Mike is great at soldering and crimping cables together and so on, so he wants to help out, which means he might as well get on with it and sort this bit out for me to save me having to learn this particular time anyway. So over to him and he'll get the ends sorted out, and then it will be back to a plug and play job. So I've taken the main light out. Let's try and take these out. No, I think there we go. They're tiny screws, so I wouldn't dream of putting them in with this. Phil from Lost Weekends calls his drill driver Dave. What should I call this one? It's very powerful impact driver. It's small and perfectly formed. Perhaps I'll call it Daisy. Okay, put your suggestions below. So that's all the tiny screws out and the holding plate out. Now this is the new one. So what are the length of the screws compared to the depth of plywood? I think plenty. Let's check over here. Right, so only 2 screws this time instead of 4. But let's see, where do we want it pointing? That's slightly annoying. It's like it's going to have to go there, got through that hole, or I could drill another big hole. At least that will cover those. So wherever that goes, yeah, USB. Oh, there's 2 USBs actually. 5 volts, 2 amps. 2 amps on the back, okay. So I think that way. But to do that means drilling another hole up through there. Because the other option is to put the hole over the existing hole, and that leaves all that ugly stuff exposed. So no, we don't like that. So tiny drill bit for a pilot hole. So now there's a pilot hole in the right place, then I can just expand that out with a bigger drill bit. And this is a critical moment because I have to drill this very, very carefully, because obviously I don't want to crack the back plate because that will just ruin the whole light assembly itself. So I'm just gradually going to ease it through with a bigger drill bit. And you'll see that I've got a bit of scrap wood underneath, so that just supports the whole of the underneath to lessen the chance of the whole thing cracking. Hopefully. Anyway, let's do this slowly and carefully. So before I start the wiring bit, I'm actually going to try and get to this other light on the other side, so I've got all the wires exposed and all the original lights off before I start trying to wire the new ones in. and we've come a bit of a cropper, so I thought I'd include this bit in case there are any other Eriba Feeling owners out there, or indeed in case the Eriba Touring has a similar sort of setup in terms of its rear cupboards. So you guys are actually on the GoPro at the moment, and I'm talking to you after the event, after the filming itself, because I'm pretty sure I was swearing quite a lot at this particular point. You'll see a bit later in the video just how small this cupboard is. You know, I can't even get my head in there properly, so I certainly can't get an arm in and a head in, and I can't see what I'm doing directly. So I've got the GoPro set up and then connected through to my phone, so I can sort of see on the phone screen what's going on. But I've got to get these 3 screws out so I can get this board out, because all the wiring is behind here. And a minute ago, when I tried to pull the wires through the holes themselves, they are absolutely rammed tight. So I don't think it's exactly the same setup as the one we've just taken apart on the bathroom side of the bed itself, but it certainly is quite complicated. So let's get these screws out, and then we'll see what's behind the panel, or at least you'll see what's behind the panel. I'll be trying to guess from my screen. That was an utter pain in the rear, but on the plus side, isn't it fascinating to see what the construction of these things looks like? So now I should be able to hang on to these cables and get them to thread through one at a time, because I wasn't having any success with that earlier, and they should fit through this hole. Yep, there we go, much easier. Right, now we've got something to work with. Okay, everything is disconnected, all the wires are loose and out of the trunking, and Mike has soldered all the bullet connectors on, so it should be plain sailing from here. Don't tell me those famous last words, isn't it? Anyway, 12 volts off, and let's get these things connected. Okay, connections look alright. Yeah, that's not helpful. That's not going anywhere, is it? Well, it looks alright. Let's give the other side a try. Alright, so let's get this other lamp plugged in here. That one's fine. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with the circuit. Let's just check that first lamp again in case there was something weird to do with everything having to be connected. Nope, still dead. And in fact it looks like some very dodgy soldering onto the board, so I'll take it in and see if we can sort it out. If not, then I'll have to wait for the supply to send me another one, I guess. That's a bit of a pain. Before I moan to the shop though, let's just make absolutely sure it's not me doing something stupid. Yeah, no, that's all alright. Let's get this thing plugged in. Perfect. Okay, it's not me. Good. So I need to go and sort out a new one from the supplier. Alright, before I send that one back though, let's just quickly sort this one out. So the base is just push on and then twist to lock. So hopefully that'll be nice and easy. But I don't want the cables under stress. So I just need to feed it through one at a time very carefully back up to the top. And then that bit is done. bit's a bit fiddly and not as positive as I'd like. So just be careful to make sure it's clipped in properly. So I can easily clip the trunking back in place now because I can see where the connection is, and that cable stays outside anyway, and then I'll just leave it tidier while I wait for the spare light to come. Anyway, I'll get on with that, and then I guess I'll see you in a few days when the new light comes. So look at that, the magic of video. It's actually about a week later. So it's just a matter obviously of soldering bullet connectors on, putting this into position and then twisting it to get the light fitting itself to lock onto the base. So I guess we're locked. Now we just need to very simply clip the wires together and then it's all done. And interestingly, these cables just about reach to there, I think. Right, well that's it. We have fully functional lights. So that's nice. They've got dimmers on them, so it's a lot nicer atmosphere back here. The old ones were rather efficient and bright, shall we say. These have 2 USBs on as well, so a high power one and a low power one, and I've put these wall pockets up to be able to put phones in and stuff as well, so there's one of those on each side, which is great. And of course we've got this cupboard on this side but nothing on the other side, so have those, which is great. Anyway, hope you enjoy watching the video. You know, as always, I don't pretend it's the expert's guide to, it's not a how-to, but it's me learning as we go, and I hope by sharing me learning and seeing the mistakes I make, then it gives you a bit of confidence as well to give it a go. Now obviously there are some things that we shouldn't be doing for ourselves, but most of the things around a caravan, DC electrics and so on, are very simple. Do a bit of research, do a bit of learning to make sure you understand what you're doing. Obviously educate yourself before you give something a go, but if you take your time, you do it carefully, a lot of things are doable and they're doable safely. And if you're at all concerned, then get a proper expert to check your work, of course. Anyway, thanks so much for your company. Thanks so much for your support. You know, it's really great to have you all here watching the channel and inspiring me to share some of the idiotic things and the mistakes and the stuff that goes right as well. So thanks so much, and for today, I guess it's bye for now. So see ya. Bye. I'm short, right? Perfectly sat on the bed just under the lockers here.